Noel.
I've known you
I've
for,
known you for,
and
Wow.
and crazy.
Noel has
Noel has
put together
put
this
together
big
this
presentation.
big
I'm so proud
presentation.
of
I'm so
him.
proud of him.
He actually
He
lived in
actually
Canada
lived in Canada
before, and he
before,
no
and
longer
he no
lives
longer
in
lives in
Canada. He
Canada. He
now
now
went off to
went off to
DR,
DR, Dominican Republic,
and started this
and started
big
this big
project, which I'm so
project, which
proud
I'm
of him
so proud of
for.
him for.
And
And
Noel's going to put
Noel's going to
together this
put together this
presentation. He's put
presentation.
together
He's
this
put together this
presentation to let
presentation
us
to let
know
us know
what he
what he
has
has
in store for
in store
us.
for us.
Noel?
Noel?
First of all, thank you so much for having me and us be here to represent what we have going on here in the Dominican Republic. It's been an amazing ride, and we are, you know, being back home in Toronto. My life is always about helping people to create intergenerational wealth, and here we're experiencing it on steroids. So it's a beautiful experience, and also want to, of course, acknowledge my good friend and business partner, Henry Williams Jr., who's with me here, and looking forward to sharing what I've been learning over the last almost year and a half, almost 2 years now. You know what I mean? Being here, so we have a lot to share, and hope everybody has notepads and pens, has questions, puts them in the comments, and so that we can get to those, because it's all about education, information, and you'll never be in a situation again, hopefully after tonight, where you don't say, man, I heard about something that was really good and I didn't take advantage of it and I missed out. And because that's part of what drove me to get here in the first place. So it's an exciting night, so I'm happy to be here.
So, Noel,
So
question
Noel,
for you.
question for you.
You were in
You were in
Canada, and
Canada,
what
and what
made you
made
leave
you
Canada
leave
to go to
Canada to go
DR?
to
Like,
DR? Like what
breaking
was that
point?
breaking point for you?
Okay. Well, to start out, Dominican Republic was not even on my radar. I knew of it as a place apparently that was a great place to celebrate, have fun, enjoy the beaches, enjoy wonderful culture. Get some salsa, merengue, bachata. Like that's what I knew of the Dominican Republic, and um, how Dominican Republic came onto my radar. I left Canada because of the lockdowns. In Canada, our government was extremely heavy-handed, and I said, if I have to do lockdowns, I'm not doing it in the cold. So I left, and I actually went to Jamaica first,
Right.
Right.
and I ended up there for about 6 months, and that was, first of all, I'm just sharing this to give a bit of context. That was the first time that I'd ever seen myself living outside of North America, because normally I would have had about a couple of weeks threshold, and then okay, time to go back, and but experiencing my first winter really abroad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and seeing that, oh, okay, this, because you're thinking developing world, but after a while it just becomes like home,
Right.
and it
Right.
becomes very comfortable. And they have all the things that we have back home. They got movie theaters, they got this, they got that, you know what I mean? But they got ocean too, so I can go jump in the beach, and just go jump in the ocean and get some salt water, on my skin. So, but the thing that happened when I was in Jamaica, which again is one of the things that's propelled what we're doing here in the Dominican Republic, is I saw the prices of properties. I was staying in Airbnb up in Ocho Rios. Um,
Right.
um, yes, and I remember there was a delegation that had come to Toronto, and they were talking about buy in Jamaica, buy condos in Jamaica. And my attitude was, like a lot of us coming from North America, a little bit,
Yeah.
well, I'll speak for myself. I was a little bit arrogant, and I was saying, yes, and I was saying, why would I want to go to a third world country to go and put my money when I'm in Toronto? I'm my Toronto market's blowing up. It's exciting. We're making money. Not realizing that I could have got 3 or 4 properties for the price of one back then. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We're talking about
Right.
8, 9 years. We're talking about 8, 9 years ago. And some of those condos that were 50 grand then are now 250, 300. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's not including cash flow from Airbnbs. That's not
Right.
including cash. And I met people there who became millionaires over the same time that these guys came and did the presentation for us. So like this, and they're young. Some of these guys started at 23 years old.
Right.
So my mind now was open, because when you miss out once, you don't want to have that happen again. So anyway, I left over to go to Florida, And because I was in Jamaica for 6 months, I went to Florida, and then I went to this Grant Cardone seminar, and what he was talking about, because I didn't expect the bank rate hikes to be as fast as they were and as
Yeah.
aggressive as they were, but I knew that the rates were coming up. And and people told me I was crazy. They told me I've been listening to too much Alex Jones. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I said, no, man, I'm just looking at the numbers. It's about the numbers. The numbers got to make sense. And so anyhow, so the long and short of it is I saw Grant Cardone advertising his multifamily seminar, and I had just cashed out from all my properties in Canada, and I guess, and I was sitting with all this money in the bank. What the heck do I do, right? Because I didn't know what my next step was. So I went to go hear him out, and the reason I went to go hear him out, I'd be honest, when I first saw him online, I was like, he seemed a bit tacky to me, I guess, but he was brilliant, and that's where I met my business partner Henry. And you meet a lot of like-minded people when you go to some
Exactly.
places, when you go to seminars like that, because a lot of us are locked into our backyards. We forget
Yes.
that there's an entire world out there with
Mhm.
opportunities. And because some people say, well, I just want to be stuff by my house. Well, that's not what the banks do. Like, they're all over the world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this, and so I said, let me start to do that. So Henry and I, we met. I formed a study group among people because we all invested the 25 grand in the training with Grant, and Henry was a beast with the numbers. Like he also had real estate experience, and so sometimes, for me, I had experience in raising money for
Mhm.
projects like that back home, like this I've done it for
I remember.
M5B, I did it for Dreammaker, I did it for a number of people. I've raised money, and I brought lots of clients, but I was never on the ground doing this stuff. Henry had that experience where I could let him share a little bit about himself, you know what I mean, in terms of his pedigree and background. But when we met, we clicked, and we were part of the study group, and he was one of the most committed people that I saw in it. And so we formed a partnership, which was, for me, unlike me, because normally I got to know you for years before I even entertain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this.
There's comfort level. There's always a comfort level, right?
Yeah, it was comfort. It was natural. It was comfortable, and and I see he was an upstanding man in his community doing great things. And so I thought, what, let me work with him. So let Henry share a little bit of his background, then I'll continue. I'll finish the story about how I got here. So Henry, if you would, just share a little bit of your background.
Henry, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, just briefly, it's not much to me. I'm just a numbers guy. If it doesn't make numbers sense, money sense, I'm not going to be a part of it. So when I met Noel, we talked a bit, and we said, hey, let's stay connected. So
Mhm.
when Noel got down to the DR, he said, hey, man, you got to come down here. I said, okay. So tell me what you got. So he told me what he had. I went down there and I saw the prices, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
Let me get to working on some spreadsheets. So my experience is land development. I've built some single family homes. Right now, I'm currently building one, and I've done some commercial real estate also. I own an event center in Middle Georgia. Just by the way, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, I'm on the top end of Atlanta, about 35 minutes from the city. And I've done work around here, Columbus, Georgia, Americus, Georgia, Albany, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, just places all over with development. And it makes sense to me when you can make money on the buy.
All about the Benjamin. Yes.
It's not when you sell you make the money. You
Mhm.
have to make the money on when you purchase the property, because you must purchase the property at the right price, and you must have the perfect location. So when we saw location on this property that we have now, I was like, yes, let's do it. So
Mhm.
let's look at the numbers. We looked at the numbers, and I said, I'm in 1,000. So we made it happen really quickly because we didn't want to miss out. So Noel put his lane in this thing, and I stay in my lane with the numbers, and we just make it work for both of us. And we're hoping that our partners will see how much work we put into this, how much how much we've done our research and made sure that we were making the best purchase. And then when we bring on other investors or even just people who want to have a second home, that they know they're going to get way more than the value that we're selling at especially at this current price. So if you like what you see, don't hesitate. So
for all our viewers right now, we do have a special deal going on today. A very, very special deal. It's only for 7 days, and then it's going to go right back up to where it is, where it's currently at right now, or even higher. So again, we have a special price today for 7 days. 7 days, and it's a spectacular price. Wait until Noel gets into it right now.
Yes. And
Yes.
just before, give me 1 second. Just before we start, so we have a wonderful presentation for you guys. We just want to make sure, because I'm seeing mixed. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, it is better. Okay. I'm getting messages all over. So I think, okay, perfect. There's no echo. Can you hear me clearly? I just want to confirm. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm getting a thing that
you can hear me.
You can hear me clearly. There is no echo. So we are going to continue.
Perfect.
Thank you.
For those that responded. Now, let's continue here to the presentation. So the first thing is our introduction video. Perfect. Thank you. Yes, I'm seeing it now. Yes. Okay. Sound is perfect, guys. We are ready to go. So now go ahead, Noel. You can kind of introduce, and then we are going to play that video.
Okay, great. So as Henry said, we got here to the. I was here. I came to the Dominican Republic. It was actually the first Caribbean country to open up and lift restrictions.
Yeses, and now it says the feedback is back. So I'm just looking at our viewers to make sure they're good. I do apologize. Just remember, guys, we're in the technology world. Let us know if the sound is good now.
Because it seems like it was my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have talked.
No, you're good. I think it's just because you had two
Two?
devices.
I
Okay.
believe so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It's better. Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry about that, Noel.
No problem.
Yes.
So, all right. So I'm trying to follow along here as well as on my phone in the live to see where it's at. So, you may want to rewind the video just so we can go back to play it back. So before we run it, the AV team. But yeah. So when I came here and I saw him buy a property and I saw the price point he was getting at, I did a triple head take, and for me it was kind of that reminder of when I heard that thing about Jamaica, and I ignored it, and I said, and I said, okay, this looks like it's Jamaica 2.0. I don't want to miss out again, and so I started to get aggressive. So before I'll get into the due diligence in just one moment, but what we can do right now. How many of you are familiar with the Dominican Republic? I don't know if you guys can see in the
Just
comments.
put a yes in the chat if you're familiar with Dominican or you've heard Dominican Republic.
How many people know where it is?
Yes. And as you know, it's not that far from Canada or the States, any part of North America. Approximately how long, Noel?
It's a 4-hour flight from Toronto, 2-hour flight from Miami.
Okay.
Nice.
So as you can see, very quick. 4 hours goes by like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I'm trying to get back so I can see what's happening on the presentation. So yes. So we got
Okay, so Rae Team, can we show the map? The map of Dominican. Perfect.
Is it up?
Number 2.
Okay, because I guess I'm trying to follow along on here to see what's showing live, and I'm not seeing that.
Okay.
Is it up? So if it's up, just let me know it's up.
It's up.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right. So yeah, so the Dominican Republic, it's as you see, its proximity in the Caribbean, right smack dab in the middle, and perfect location for getting which is close to many other islands. Where we are located though, is we are the north coast of the Dominican Republic. So a lot of people, when they think of the Dominican Republic, you think of Punta Cana, which is to the east, which is further down to the right. We are on the upper north coast. So there is so in the province of Puerto Plata, there are like three major cities are Puerto Plata City, Sosua, and Cabarete. And it's about a 40-minute connection between all of them, but 15 minutes between Cabarete and Sosua. And so in that range, there are so many beautiful things to see, so many beautiful beaches. And so let's run the little video so they can see what the town of Cabarete looks like. Because sometimes it's good to start out with, okay, what does this place even really look like? So let's.
All right, Noel.
All right. So I guess, so yes, that's, and as you probably noticed on there, like one of my concerns that I had is it safe here? Like, well, as you can see, it's all family and tourists. It's a lot of tourists. One thing I didn't know before coming here is that, like, well, the Dominican Republic has like 11 million people, but there is, but from that, like 10 million tourists come here a year.
Yeah.
It's the number one tourist destination in the Caribbean. I couldn't believe it. I thought Jamaica was it, but apparently it's 2.7 million go to Jamaica 2.7 million went to Jamaica last year, where they had 10 million come here, and there's a population of 11 million here. And
where are you right now?
The North Coast, which is Cabarete.
So you're literally right now live in Cabarete.
Yeah, I'm in the Dominican Republic right now. That's yes.
Okay. Because our viewers didn't know where you were, so like you're.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here. I'm right here.
You're there. Okay.
I'm live on location. I'm the boots on the ground. So Henry's handling other stuff on the back over there, and I'm here on the ground, making all the connections and all of those types of things. So that's my job down here. So I am here, living down here, and enjoying it. Totally different experience, and I have to say my winter has been exceptional.
Oh,
yes. So when you look just looking at the town, because sometimes people have this idea in their mind. It's a lot of Canadians and Americans and Germans and Russians that are like Europeans that are here in Cabarete. And and some people have asked, do you need to speak Spanish in order to be able to manage it? No. Now I decided I wanted to learn it because I want to be able to deepen relationships with people that I connect with here and all of that. But there are people who've been living here 20, 30 years and are sort of just kind of get by, you know? Yo tengo hambre, which means I am hungry. Like they'll learn some of the basic phrases, you know. So and for those people who want to learn, they've got all types of opportunities. There's schools here in which you can go to, and there's a lot of expats. There's over 500,000 expats in the Dominican Republic. Like this, so it's like there's a very heavy North American and European influence here, very heavy.
And just for the viewers to know, what is an expat?
An expat is somebody that's from another country that has relocated to. You know, I love the internationality of it, and because you meet people from all over the world here. Sometimes when you're going down, if you're just going down through one of the beaches, it sounds like the Tower of Babel because you all the different languages, you know, different people talk. You know, like it's really fascinating, and people have this. But the town of Cabarete itself, it is one of the biggest surfing destinations in the world. I think it has all the top 3 in surfing competitions, and so it's a hippie town / retirement village / all live, you know, and all the fun people like the Dominicans who live in Santiago and Santo Domingo. Many of them will come up here for staycations. Same way we would go to Niagara Falls in Toronto. You know what I mean? Like this, you know, I guess. So the only difference is that there are real beaches here. So you know what I mean? So not the lake, but the real beaches. So. Cabarete is a family-friendly, tourist-friendly place. You can walk any hour of the night, which is great. I mean, just like anywhere else, be vigilant. You know what I mean? Like, don't leave stuff hanging around. You know what I mean? But it's a safe, and safety for me was big because I'm living here. You know what I mean? I'm not visiting. You know what I mean? I'm living here while we're doing this project, and so safety and security is one of the biggest things for me. So. Let's jump into the slides. We can jump in unless you had another questions, Sandra.
No. Go ahead.
I think a lot of questions will be answered with the slides and just going through.
Yes, let's go to the value comparables.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, one of the things that, after having been in Florida for 6 months, and after having been in Jamaica for the 6 months, I was looking at the price points and the difference of what was happening here, and it was like, boy, oh boy, that showed me that we could get way bigger bang for our buck over here. And in some cases, if you're comparing like Toronto, like if you go to that next slide, the International for the Miami Beach, Florida, just as an example, you're looking at yeah, the next one,
Yep.
next slide,
International
for the Miami, the
comparables.
Miami comparables for the one. And if you look at, for example, for Florida, you're having the, you guys can not, they're on the right slide. This the slide with the pictures of Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it. We're on the slide.
Okay, that's up. Okay, great. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. He said there's a little delay. All right. So, the a one bedroom started, and this is from 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, started at $395,000. That's a one bedroom condo on the beach, because you have to compare beachfront to beachfront.
Right.
And why are you looking at these prices? Because they're saying that over the next 5 years to 10 years, our prices will rival the prices. Like right now, we're about 30 to 40% lower than you are in Jamaica,
Right.
and you're getting 2 or 3 properties for the price of one in the U.S.
Right.
in the major
Right.
cities. You know what I mean? And so that was like a oh wow moment. So if you go down to the next slide, which is the international comparables, and you look at in Jamaica again, they looked at a condo on the beach. You're talking $1.1 million. And compared to the prices that you're about to see here tonight. Like this, just remember this price. Just remember these numbers. Like this.
I'll remember
Again,
1.1 million.
ocean front, and then in Toronto, good God help us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean with the prices
That's ridiculous.
A one
You know,
Bedroom apartment, a one bedroom condo, like 500 and let's say 597 square feet. How much is that going for?
in Toronto,
Yeah.
you tell me,
Yeah.
because you're more current.
Yeah, like 785, 800,
depending on
Yeah.
depending on its location. And if it's located near the water, it's a lot higher.
Yes.
Well, okay, let's just put it in these terms. Let's put it in these terms. There are people right now in Toronto walking away from pre-construction deals because they can't get financing,
That's correct.
Yes,
and
correct.
and their deposit is higher than the cost of a buyout of a unit here in our building.
Exactly.
Their deposit.
Yes.
They're walking away from $150,000, $200,000 deposits in
Yes.
Toronto as we
Yes.
speak.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that just to give you, I don't know if some of you who are watching this, if you're hearing a poof go off inside your brain when you're listening to that, but that's
No, I'm here.
No, I'm here.
it's standard of living. Like even the house that I'm in here right now, and this one I'm renting this house while we're building and we're doing our stuff. This house that I'm paying $2,350 a month in this place called Ocean Village. You know what I mean? This place here would be easily back home $7 grand, $8 grand all day per month.
Mhm.
I know, because I'm looking at places where I want to come back this summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like Airbnb is no joke. You know what I mean? Short-term rentals are no joke. So even if you're paying by the month. So when I saw the prices here, it just made absolute sense. So let's go to the next due diligence slide. I hope you guys are getting that. So the number, like as Henry said at the beginning, the numbers have to make sense. And for me to pick up and leave and start to live in a place, to go into it has to really make sense. You know what I mean? Like this. And I'm on the ground though to make sure that everything works, that goes as it's supposed to. So due diligence. So the next thing that was a major thing to me, and a lot of people don't think about this when they're buying in different countries, but the self-sustainability. We all know through COVID that there was a shutdown, a lot of travel had stopped. You know what I mean? And and there was concern that when COVID first started, remember when you would go into the grocery stores and a lot of things were not on the shelves, you couldn't find, and everybody was rushing to get toilet paper and all that kind of stuff like this, and people were freaking out. Well, one of the things that I love about here is that it's a self-sustaining place. 80% of the food that's on the shelves here, 80% of it is actually produced here. So they have a heavy producer nation. Like, so example, and by the way, I love Jamaica. I think that I've probably got honorary Jamaican status just from being there for length of the amount of time that I've been there. But in Jamaica is a huge importer. This is a huge exporter. You know what I mean, like this. And so they've got a lot of so from a food standpoint, if there's ever a geopolitical issue that arose, we've got that. And also too, and somebody said, well, but wouldn't that impact real estate? Well, the beauty is that a lot, like I had mentioned earlier, because of where we are, for anything that's beachfront, that Cabarete side, staycations, if because that's what a lot of people did here. They came to the beach, they came up north. And I have some friends actually who are on this call tonight who are from here, some who have lived here for over 20 years. And one of my friends, Alex, he was saying that his place during COVID, every day it was booked, because everybody wanted to get out of there. They want to go by the ocean, they want to barbecue, they want to chill, they want to relax.
Yeah.
And so, the COVID was actually one of the best things that actually ever happened to the Dominican Republic, to the market, because people from Canada, the United States, Europe, flooded this place, flooded it, you know what I mean? And so but it weathered the storm, and not just weathered it, it prevailed, because a lot of people have made a lot. Anybody who bought here from over the last 2 years made a lot of money, and we still continue to, because of the growth plans. And the president of the country, because he's from the North Coast, he pointed a lot of resources to the north, and which has made a big difference in what we would call the Renaissance, if you will. You know what I mean? Because and so Punta Cana is what most people know of, but 30 years ago it was Puerto Plata. You know what I mean, like this. And now Puerto Plata is going through a resurgence and a renaissance. That's what's happening right now. And so it's a beautiful time to be here. So let's go to the next slide. Safety. So the weather here is fantastic. They haven't had a major hurricane here hit in over 20 years. You know what I mean? I was here through the last heavy rainstorm that came, and we have these huge mountains. Like, if anybody on this video or on this live knows about the North Coast, you know that in order to get to Santiago or Santo Domingo, you got to go through the mountains. It's about an hour of driving through mountain terrain. It's huge mountains. That shields us against a lot of inclement and heavy weather. So we kind of have a charmed existence in the area that we're in, you know what I mean, which is fantastic. I mean, so I was here actually for the last two storms, two storms that came through, and we got drizzle. Like, we didn't get it, and during the rainy season here, which is really brief, it's about a month, where it was raining. Like, we had some rain for about a month, but the rest of the year it is sunny. It is great. Like, I was beginning to wonder. In fact, I had other presentations that I have done, you know what I mean, as we're, as we just launched our project, and this is prior to the whole, this is prior to the storm. So I'm thinking, how do they have so much green here? Because it's like never raining, you know what I mean? And but it's incredible. So the weather here is fantastic, and tropical storms are not something, so far, by the grace of God, we don't have to worry about that, because that was another concern I had too. Because anytime you're in a tropical place, you want to know how safe is my stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if we could go to the next slide on due diligence. Just let me know when we're ready.
Okay. Oh, someone actually wants to know, while we're switching, is the driving left-hand drive or right-handed drive?
Same as it is in Canada and the United States. We're on the right side of the road.
In Canada, we drive on the
on the right.
No, we drive on the right.
Right side of the road.
Oh, right side of the road. Okay, okay. I'm talking about right side of the steering wheel. Left side of the steering wheel.
Left side of the steering wheel, right side of the road.
Okay, got it.
Yes. See, here's the thing, Tashana, you travel so much, you don't even know what country you're in. I'm in Dubai this week. I'm in the Bahamas this week, you know?
Yeah, sometimes I get confused, but Bahamas is
Yes.
definitely the opposite side.
Yes.
Yes.
And let me
So-
just see if I missed anything else. One other quick question was, what about the everyday cost of living?
Cheap.
Cheap.
Cheap. So just as, it's a beautiful thing. No, I want to come home during, this summer, Toronto, like to come and hang out, see family and friends.
Mhm.
But the cost is this. I'll give you an example of something. Let's just say, for example, for all the people who go out, for all of those people who still like once in a while, like to go out to and go get a bottle. You know what I mean? If you want to go get a bottle, just to give you an example. If you were in Toronto, if you're getting a bottle of Absolute.
So let's talk about groceries. That's the big
Okay.
issue.
Yeah. That's a huge
Let's
issue.
not talk about bottles. Let's talk about
Let's put it this way. I have somebody who comes and cooks for me. She cooks once a week, like this, for me, preparing me my meals, all from scratch, fresh, all that kind of good stuff. My fish comes directly from the ocean, like this directly, and like this, and it's great. And and like
$55.
$50 to prepare the meals, I guess. And then the food itself, normally on each time I'm shopping, it's about it's about $150, $200 a month. You know what I mean? Like this for me. So like this, yeah. So
Groceries for a whole month is 150 to 200. So we're just gonna say $200
yeah,
a month, and then $50 a week for her to come to prepare. So that's
yeah,
another
once a week.
$200. So you're
Yeah.
paying $400 USD, of course, but a month for a chef and groceries. That's
Yes,
crazy because
and my cleaning lady, when she comes in once a week, it feels like it's a good feeling, it's because you don't have time. But the cleaning lady, she's amazing, by the way. And by the way, I think Rose, the person who prepares my meals for me, I think she may be on the call. So shout outs to Rose. She is amazing. Anybody who's here in the DR, if you want an amazing chef, you got to talk to Rosa. She is amazing. The Haitian wonder. She is awesome. Ramona, who does my cleaning for me, I give her about 1,500 pesos, for coming in to do the cleaning, and she does it once a week, so that's like $30.
1,500 pesos is how much?
It's about $30.
About $27.
$27?
Yeah.
Look at you.
yeah.
Yes. So
So there you go. To answer Guess's question, the cost of living is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm quite frankly, if you're a person from Toronto, and let's just say you could work remotely, my God, would it change your life? You know what I mean? Because it's a higher standard of living, like on less money. It's a higher standard of living. You have to understand that it's a higher standard of living.
So basically, a millionaire in.
Well, how many people have people who cook for them back in Toronto? Like, how many people have cleaning staff at home? Like this, I mean, really, like this, like so that it just tells you, like, if you tell somebody you have a chef back home, what is that? Like, the people, oh, you got a chef, oh, you got it like that. You know what I mean, right? Like that's the thought behind it. If you have somebody,
You're keeping it real.
yeah. So yeah, it's a different experience here. So I'm very, very grateful to have a phenomenal team of people here. And and once you find good people, you just keep working with them because they're like family. You know what I mean? And I take care of people. I mean, I tip very, very well and take care of people. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things where the cost in and of itself, it's low compared to our living back home in Toronto or in the United States. It's just different. Economy scale is just different. So let's continue on through the due diligence. One of the things that I don't do is I don't buy based on hype, because everybody's telling me, oh, the market's on fire, the market's on fire. I don't know how many of y'all ever seen one of them Ponzi schemes where everybody gets excited and then the people who get in last are the last ones holding the bag, right? Like this. And so that's not how I do things. So I when I did some serious due diligence, I shout outs to Rigo from Regal World Realty. He took me to go meet at the city hall. If you look on the slide there, you'll see me with the picture. That lady is the urban planning division for Puerto Plata. And the papers that are on that desk, those are the city plans for the next 5 to 10 years.
Nice.
Like so I saw the road expansion plans. I saw the migration plan, what's happening with the city. I saw what businesses are coming in and where are the key areas, where can we get the best bang for our buck. And the gentleman on the bottom left corner, he's for Sosua Cabarete, like this. And he actually helped design the city plans here. You know what I mean? Like this. And so, and shout outs to Milka, real estate agent with Remax out here. I guess she introduced me to him, and he's pulled out that map and started showing me all where's big, and which is part of the reason that we chose where we are, because all of the building is going east. Everything is going east. It's kind of like for all people who are in Toronto, if you're in Toronto, Barrie before it became Barrie.
Or Brampton before it became Brampton.
Yeah. Yes. When it was one lane on each side going into Brampton. Before it was 8 lanes. Yeah, I lived there when it was one lane going either way. You know, so when after sitting down and I going over and they showed me the expansion plans, they showed me all that. That's where I was like, okay, I'm in, because I saw that we have at least 5 to 10 years of strong runway ahead of us from a growth and expansion standpoint. So that to me was extremely important. So I bring all that just to say that this wasn't just an off the cuff thing.
Right.
I was here on the ground for almost a year before we pulled the trigger.
Mm-hmm. So you did your due diligence.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, you have to understand, like the money that I was taking, that's money that I've, with the equity from my properties and the stuff that I've done, you know, I mean, this is my retirement money. Like, this is not you can't play with that money. You know, it's like, you can't afford to play around. You can't make a mistake. And I also have friends who are going to be who invested with us. And it's like, you know, it's one thing to lose your money, to lose your friend's money. That's a whole nother ball game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so this thing was thought through, you know what I mean, before we executed, you know, and of course having the collective brain power. So if we can go to that next slide for team, we're about to get to the project so you can see what it's all about, but we want to make sure you have some background. So if we can go to the team slide, that would be great. Just let me know when we're ready.
Yep, I believe it's ready.
No, that's the property. You need the team pick. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think no. That's the picture of the property. We need the picture of the group, the team. I want to introduce everybody to the team. Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm seeing something different. Okay, cool. So the one right after due diligence there, the team slide. So okay, so the picture, obviously there's yours truly, and then of course Henry. So I'm the director. I'm with our company here. And then, and as you can see, we're wearing our company shirts. And then we got Henry Williams Jr., who is our CFO. To the left of Henry is Nadeli Martinez. She is our attorney. She is actually a notary for Puerto Plata, like this, as well as she is the treasurer for all of the attorneys for the Law Association of Puerto Plata, and she does real estate law. Her and her husband are a real power couple. And then beside Nadeli is Edward, who is the legal team for Qualcomm Construction. That's our builder, and Luis Mata, who is our builder. He is the gentleman right there, right next to him. And then Laura, who is the designer, which is actually his wife. She is the architect. So all the architectural designs that you will see in the package that the Rae team will get out to you for those people who are interested in looking at this project and doing a deeper dive. She's the one who designed it. She actually does work for the Marriott here. She actually was designer of the month about 5 months ago for Santiago. She's a heavyweight. Now, I just wanted to explain a little bit about the arrangement that we have. We didn't hire a builder; we partnered with the builder.
Mhm.
Yes, because sometimes when you have a hired hand, it is a different energy that you get when it comes to getting work done. Our builder is going to make more money on this deal than he's made on any deal he's done, period. You know what I mean? And that's intentional because we want to make certain that, he's serious about what he's doing and he's also got skin in the game.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He's got skin in the game.
Mhm.
So, and Luis, he is on the board of tourism for Puerto Plata, which is important to us because more from a reputational standpoint, you know what I mean? Because he's got something he does not want to have it's a small building community here and everybody knows each other. So, his name and his reputation matters to him, you know what I mean? And, and obviously he knows the terrain, he knows everybody, which is extremely, extremely important. And having somebody who knows the ins and outs of doing things. So this wasn't something where we're doing we have a builder, I guess, and he is extremely strong. He's got 2 projects that he has finished. One is in Plantation. It's a 15-unit condo. And again, for those people who express an interest, we have a full package which shows you some of that finished work and all of those type of things that the Rae team will get out to you. So that you can see the past work. They have 2 developments that have just completed, and everybody has their keys. They've moved in. So will the job get done? Because that's one of the big questions. Is this job going to get finished? Absolutely, no question about it. We've got the A team. All right, so that's the team. And by the way, people who bought in Plantation, they generated returns of about 50% on their money over the time that it took to build, just on the build side alone. So that was great, and we believe we're going to do well. We know what's going on in our region, so we know we're going to do better, but for some very specific reasons. So we're going to go next to the before and after video. What I would like to do is to be able to show you a little bit about the area that we have selected. For we're the first one, and we're the first one in East Cabarete, so they're on the west. Okay.
So Noel, where the property is located that you are building is where the red box is on the map?
That's correct. Yes,
Okay,
we're building
so
the condos right there. They're going to understand what we're building in just a second because you're going to actually see the video that's going to go through it. But what I want to point out is that it's a 3-minute drive into downtown, which is to the right. So if you look on your screen and you go to the right, heads in town.
Okay.
So the 3-minute drive, 3.5-minute drive downtown.
No,
so
Noel, sorry.
now-
Just want to pause for a sec. The comments and the questions I will be asking at the end, but I keep seeing people say the video is paused and frozen. It's not frozen. Noel asked to freeze it just so he can explain it, and then we're going to be playing the video, okay?
Yes, perfect. Yes. So to the left, that whole area used to be the hip strip for Cabarete. It used to be, and so that whole area is going through a complete regentrification. New owners are coming in, buying up abandoned projects that were abandoned many years ago, or decades ago. You know what I mean, like this, and the whole area is being revitalized. So there are already 2 new projects which you're going to hear about. There's one called Christamar, which you're going to see the pricing difference. They've already been selling. It's a new project there on the beach. They're about a 3 to 3.5 star. In terms of what they're doing, and then also a townhouse complex to the right of us. It's about to be called Millionaire Alley, because what they're doing is they're building. There's some builders that are coming in and building $3 to $5 million villas. Like these are like the stuff that you see on, if you what's that beautiful place in California that they call it, like that place that's on the ocean? Oh my God.
Sunset Boulevard.
That's not downtown Hollywood, but that whole, there's like, you're talking about the oceanfront dream houses type situation.
Okay.
Because if you ever saw the Wolf of Wall Street, the house that he was in, like those types of houses.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like this, like phenomenal properties. And so also to the right, it's multi-million-dollar villas that are being built, and people have bought the land there, like I said, those are all going to be under construction shortly. And then to the right of us, or to the left of us, all of that area is coming up. There's a new restaurant that just came in. There's the whole area is coming through an upbuild. So our timing
It's
couldn't
perfect.
be better.
Perfect.
Couldn't be better. And some of that stuff we didn't even know about. You know what I mean? When we bought, so it was like, winning. All right. So it's a great feeling. So you can run the video, please. I just wanted to give some, let you understand what's actually happening in that.
Thank you.
That's actually very helpful, Noel.
Thank you. Is it done yet?
All right.
All right.
So that was
the before and after video, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, yes, and what we'll show you next is the demolition video, because we got the permits to do demolition and to get those things rolling. So just to show you some of the action that's been happening. So let's just run the demolition video so you can see some of because the house that you saw on the property in that first video is no longer there.
No.
No.
So yeah, you can run the demo video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, congratulations. This is awesome.
And just let's just answer a few questions really
Noel.
quickly, Noel.
Sure.
So first of
So
all,
first of all, let me see.
first of all, how far is your location from the airport? Was a question.
20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes.
Which
which
airport?
airport is it close to?
Oh, sorry, the Puerto Plata Airport. And by the
Okay.
way, it's a good question because there's 3 airports in the Dominican Republic. Well,
Yeah.
actually 4. There's actually 4. So we are 20 minutes from Puerto Plata Airport. We are 90 minutes from Santiago International Airport. We are 3.5 hours away from Santo Domingo Airport, and we are 7 hours away from Punta Cana
Okay,
Airport.
so Punta Cana is pretty far.
That's pretty far.
And
Yes.
another
And
question,
another question is, what about African food, specifically Nigerian food? Is it available down there?
You can come and open up a restaurant. There are restaurants where you can get the cuisine where they'll have some mixtures of cuisine from different places, and sometimes they mix it up. So I've seen African foods, but in terms of an African restaurant specifically, the truth be told, I haven't never asked. I kind of asked for the West Indian one, which I found because they've got 2 Jamaican restaurants in downtown Seoul. So that's a good question. I'm gonna ask some people down here and find out. It's a good question.
For whoever asked that question, that's a great opportunity to open up an African restaurant down there. And that way, diversify.
Yeah.
Great opportunity.
And just to move on to the next question, I think this is actually an important question, is how is the health insurance in DR?
Very
good
good
question.
question.
I'm glad you asked. Okay, so I ran into the health system myself because it was I actually had gotten a parasite from an undercooked piece of salmon, and I had an amoeba parasite. And in the area that we are here, there's a hospital. It's a private hospital called CMC. Now you can have your own insurance from home, because if I had that, then I could have just given them my thing and then take care of the deductible, and that's it. Or there's insurance companies here that are very robust, where you can get a helicopter lifted to Puerto Rico if necessary. Like, there's all types of different plans that are available. But for myself, in my experience, my insurance that I had from Toronto lapsed, and I forgot about it because I was just busy doing stuff, so I totally forgot about it. Because they said, "Do you have it?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" But anyhow, so I ended up because of this parasite, and it was a really bad one. I was in the hospital for 3 days. The service was fantastic. When people talk about, because a lot of people talk about, you do not want to go to the hospital in the so-called developing world. Well, CMC, I can't speak for other hospitals, but CMC is great. It was beautiful. For the 3 days that I was there, including the drugs and the medical attention and all that kind of stuff, around me about $700. Like this, if I was in the United States with that same thing without insurance, that would have been thousands of dollars all day. So but since then, I think having travelers insurance, anybody who travels should have insurance, period, whether it's Blue Shield from back home or whatever, or through your bank. It's not smart to be anywhere and not have insurance. You know what I mean? Like this, you should have insurance. You should have insurance, period. But you can get it. You can get insurance here as long as you're under, I believe it's under 65. You can get a policy here. Once you get over that, you have to get it somewhere else.
Okay. Well,
Great
thank you so
question.
much. Great question, everyone.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So the next slide, I think I'll let. Well, Henry, do you want to go into that, or you want to deal with the numbers? Want me to deal with this? Okay. So the next slide is of the units and what's in the units.
Okay, so now everyone, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of everything. This is a project that Noel and Henry and his team have put together, and that they're currently building in Dominican in Cabarete. So how many units do you have available in this building?
Well, the building has 38 units in total. We are only going to be selling another 15 units because a lot of the bulk of the units are going to be held for cash flow purposes. Okay. So we're only selling a handful of these. So Yeah.
So
Well, we're doing the same thing that you guys want to do. Is you guys want a cash flow, right?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
So-
just to expound on that, the 38 units, there are 4. There are 24 2-bedroom, 2-bath units. The
Okay.
1-bedroom units are around 726 square feet. The 2 bedrooms, a little over 1,200 square feet. And the 3 bedrooms are over 2,000 square feet.
Mhm.
And they're all oceanfront.
Keep in mind, everyone, this property, this project is located on the beach. So as soon as you walk out your front door, the beach is right
You're right there.
there. So
And
let's get to the slide and present what you have available for everybody.
And keep in mind, everyone, the details that Henry just spoke about, we will be going later in the slide just to show you the layout and the details of what he spoke about today.
Can you go
Right.
back to the slide
So-
outside the property? Yes.
yeah, so yeah, let me know when we're on that one so I can go through a bit of a description of the outside.
Hold on one second.
The one with the 4 pictures.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so in the top left, you're seeing, first of all balconies have an ocean view. They're extended balconies, so we want to make sure that everybody has can see the ocean. It's 10-foot ceilings and sealing the floor windows. Part of the reason that we chose this type of a setup for it is because you don't always necessarily want to be direct ocean facing if there's inclement weather. So it's better to have it on this angle. But we have the building built on a pivot so that people can get the best view possible of the ocean. And the the picture underneath that one, you'll see the infinity pool. So we have the infinity pool there, and on the actual beach itself will be the chairs with the umbrellas, just like the video in the intro. And we all saw with Cabarete Beach, the umbrellas on the beach. So whether people want to just be poolside or people want to do the beach experience, they have options. To the top right, you see the parking lot is right by the entrance there. But then in the parking lot only holds up one piece, but it's all above ground parking.
Mhm.
And the bar is a poolside bar / restaurant. It will be there. And so we've got those things on site. One of the things that's not mentioned there is that we will also have a gym. We also have a gym on site, as well as a little mini pharmacy there. So
Nice.
so that's the outside. If we can go to the next slide.
Mhm.
Like as I mentioned before, let me know when it's up and it's ready.
That's ready.
Okay, so we're going for modern finishes. Henry, you want to talk about the finishes?
Yes, with the finishings, we will have marble floors, hard surface countertops, whether it be marble or whether it be granite or even quartz, with all the appliances included.
Nice.
So appliances include refrigerator, washer, dryer, stove with the hood vent, also the food or garbage disposal. And like I said, you will have a washer dryer added into that with the refrigerator also.
Nice.
Yes. And now in terms of the internal furniture, we're requesting that everybody gets the furniture from the same place. We have a dealer and we're passing on the discounts. We're not making any money on it. Be part of the reason is we want to market this as a hotel experience, which makes it easier from a marketing standpoint. And when you're marketing high end, part of the problem I don't know how many of y'all have ever traveled before and you see a place that looks really, really nice, but then you show up and then the furniture does not look the way it looked in the pictures. You know what I mean? And it ruins the overall experience. You don't want that. Because of the way that we intend to market through Santiago and Santo Domingo as well, to Dominicans as well, and as well as international community. We want to make certain that when you hear the name W2Q, it's synonymous with, oh wow, that's nice. Okay, you're at a nice one. You know what I mean? Like it has to have that type of a brand. So the furniture is something that's ordered separately. You know, the interior design stuff like that. You can do it, pick out your colors and all that kind of stuff. But it's all high quality stuff. I guess, which will be important when we get to the whole cash flow portion, which I'm sure everybody's going to be excited that we're about to get the cash flow soon.
And I may have freaked somebody out by not saying that the air conditioners are included in each bedroom and in the common area.
Nice.
So you'll have AC in your bedrooms and in the
Very
common
important in a hot country.
Yes.
Yes, very, very important.
Yeah, very important.
Yes, so that's the inside. Any questions about the inside before we move to the next slide?
There's only one question I see right now, and the question, are there multi-family properties?
In this particular instance, it's a 3-bedroom like this, you know, but it's not a complex that we're selling. Although what you can do is create a multi-family experience for yourself by picking up multiple units. You know, like this. And so if you pick up multiple units, which we are, you know what I mean? You know, so like this, it's a smart approach, you know, like this. And one of the things I'll just say is that because of the fact that we have, I don't want to jump too far ahead of the presentation, but we have assignments available, which means that people can actually sell units prior to closing. You know, so if you so there's some people, depending on their budget, let's just say they bought 3 units. They intended to close on one like this, and they want to flip the other one. But if you do the land banking, you can do that. So, you know, so there's opportunities for flipping. And in our environment, we have to be we're sharing a lot of information, but there's certain things we'd rather under promise and over deliver. Let's just say that, you know what I mean? But the area that we're in, it's, we did a good job with finding a really good place. So anything that we're talking about, we believe we're being conservative with everything that we're saying. And like, it's just based on what's happening in the area. Okay, so so I hope that that's clear.
Yes. And another question popped up. How much is the association fee with each unit?
We're about to go there. We're about to go into. We're about to get to all the fees.
Okay.
And the prices. So we're about to get to all of that's coming. The drum roll is coming. We're almost there. Like this. So if we can move to amenities.
Yes. Okay, we are there.
Okay. So first of all, as I mentioned already, we're just over 3 minutes from town, 3.5 minutes from drive. And also right beside us, by the way, there is Freddie's Tours, where he's got the ATVs. They got the horses. People want to rent those, they can do that. We have a shuttle service that's being offered to people, so it runs all day, all night. You know what I mean, like this, so that they get people in the town if you want to go in the town. So we got the shuttle as well. And the people who want to rent cars, we've got connections with car rental places as well, or rent the little motorbikes or the little mopeds. All of those things are available for you, but we're like 3 minutes outside of all the action.
Now, anyone thinking along the lines that I'm thinking right now, this Airbnb comes to mind right away. Yeah, because this is a great service to off-road, horseback riding. What else? The ATV.
Even said surfing. It's like a big thing down there.
Everything's right there at your beck and call. So
and the Rae Team price is unbeatable. So you want to get in at this offer.
This is true. So we're a gated community. Okay, so it is a fully gated community, and which is extremely important. And when we say gate, we mean a real gate with real security, asking for ID and all that stuff as people come in, like an actual gated community. I had to say that because sometimes in the Caribbean they call it gated, but just really a guy standing by a stick that lifts it up and down and doesn't ask anybody any questions. That is not what we're going to have. Like this. We're trying to keep it everybody understands what I'm talking about. We're trying to keep it a family environment. Okay, like this, we're trying to keep it a family environment. We're going to have a self-contained mini grocery / pharmacy. Will also, I already mentioned the bar and restaurant. And you've got the infinity pool, the gym, 24/7 security. The generators, this is big. The generators are for the entire building, not just the common areas. So so if power comes off, it's back on seconds. You know what I mean, like this. And and also, of course, because that's a major issue with a lot of places. The generators, it's a major issue. So we've solved that. And elevators, we've got 2, not just 1, but we've got 2. It's a 4-story, so we've got 2 elevators, and it's fully accessible. You know what I mean? So whether it's so if somebody is a senior and has issues getting around, not an issue. You know what I mean? Like we've got we've got you covered. Okay, so those are the amenities. Let's go to the next page. Okay, I guess it's nearby attractions, and then we'll get into the unit sizes and the prices. I know everybody wants to. How much? How much? We're almost there. We're almost there. All right. So
nearby attractions.
yes. So that's on the screen right now.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So surfing around El Contro, like we got the surfing lodge. So and by the way, there's surfing lessons, and I actually took a surfing lesson like this, and I actually got up on the board. I got up on the board. Yeah, some people said, "No, man, that sounds scary." No, the water only comes up to here. The water only comes up to here, and it goes out far. You know what I mean, like this. You know, yeah, it's really cool. So they got surfing lessons. There's also dance lessons. We didn't put that on here, but there's salsa and bachata lessons, so you can learn how to, you know, get down the way they do it and the style down here. So they got class. My daughter, when she's here for the summertime, she loves taking those classes, and she also actually is doing the surfing classes as well. So they've got massage, and they got massage places, yoga. There's also massages on the beach. I mean, there's always the ladies always offering the services on the beach. There, you know, there's lots of different spas. There's a number of different tour companies, not just Freddy's. There's a bunch of tour companies that are in town. Tony's tours is also fantastic. And one of the things that I'll mention too, if for people who are here for beyond a week, you know what I mean, or beyond 2 weeks, some of them we say, hey, listen, there is a bus called the Cabarete Express. It's no different than a Go bus back home or a Greyhound bus. You know what I mean? For $10, you can get a drive all the way to Santo Domingo.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And just to recap, Santo Domingo is how far from Cabarete? Santo Domingo?
Three and a half hours. So
Okay.
like so somebody wants to go down and get a weekend. Like if somebody's down for 2 weeks, they want to do a weekend. Santo Domingo is like a cross between Toronto and Miami.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and Piantini is the area where they call it DR Plus. It's a very nice area, beautiful restaurants, the colonial zone and all that. Like, it's just a beautiful place. I love.
Your eyes lit up when you said it. So
Yeah, I love it. Well, I mean, that's where you see all, because some people think that this is all poor country. Oh, no. You will see the Lamborghinis, you will see the Porsches, you will see the Hummers. You're going to see it all. I mean, down here, the Aston Martins, you will see it here. It's here. So don't you get kind of let that idea out of your mind. That it's like a poor country. It's just like everywhere else. You've got your rich areas, your middle income areas, and your poor areas. It's just like anywhere else in the world. But they got 11 million people in this country. 11 million. You know what I mean? So anyhow, there's the monkey jungle. There's the buggies, ATVs. There are, in terms of the beaches, there's about 5 beaches within 25 minutes. So there's the beach front that we've got. There's Cabarete Beach. Then Sosua's got 3 beaches. Playa Alicia, Sosua Beach. Pardon me, 2 beaches. Playa Alicia and Playa Sosua, and then there's Puerto Plata Beach. You know what I mean? Which Puerto Plata is a neighboring town, which is like, you know. So, and in terms of places to go and see, everything is within 45 minutes.
nice.
Everything is within 45 minutes. So you gotta, my point simply is you're not restricted to being in a small area. You got options of different things. You got, they got bowling alleys, and, you know, in Santo Domingo, they got the movie theaters. They actually play it in English, and you can learn Spanish because they get the subtitles. You know what I mean? So you got all those things happening. So I just want people to know that this country has a great combination of all things. So for those of you who may be looking to spend 2 months, 3 months, 4 months out of the year here, you can get the back home experience downtown, and then come back up to the beach and the quiet and the relaxation and that enjoyment. The nightlife in Cabarete, that video that we shot doesn't really capture it. We had to, there are rules around videoing, so we couldn't capture when it's really vibing, and we couldn't capture. If you see Cabarete at night, the place is live. It is live. So those images don't reflect the energy level at night here. It's on the weekends. It's beautiful. It's a great place. People from all over the world. All right. So so there's 27 waterfalls and a mojito bar. There's a bunch to see. All right. So let's go to the next slide, which is let's get into the units. So people can see. Okay. Let's see what's the real deal here. What are we getting? So let me know when the first one is up.
So this one is the one bedroom, and as Henry mentioned before, this is where it's 726 square foot, starting at 161,880.
Yes, like this, and so which all prices here you're seeing are in U.S. They're all in U.S. They're all in U.S. And so for 200 grand, you're literally head first on the beach, boom, bam, bang, right? So let's go to that. So and the terms of the packages, so you can actually see the layouts in bigger, broader. It's all part of a package for those people that expressed interest. The Rae team will get that package out to you, so you can actually see that. And then we're obviously going to be setting up they're going to be setting up calls for you and us, so that we can on Zoom, so that we can answer personal questions that you may have. You know what I mean? Like this, and and figure out ways to work it out so that we can get you into a unit or multiple units, depending on what your budget is.
And just so you know that this unit at 161,880 is a first floor unit. So and as you go higher, the prices increase because of the better view.
However, the 161,880 that you see here is not the Rae team prices. We are offering a special discounted rate only for the Rae team today for 7 days. So the drawing that you see here, take a close look at the one bedroom drawing. So one bedroom unit with a closet. For those that don't know how to read, so some of the drawings, because some people don't know how to read drawings. So here it is. You have, and Noel, if you want to just elaborate a little bit here. I believe that's a sitting area, or no, that's the balcony. So the brown with the two trees and the
bottom right corner is balcony.
Okay, so the bottom right corner is a balcony. Got it?
Yes. And then you got, and so when you come in the screen doors, there's a living room with with a little table, right? And then you see your kitchenette. There like this, right? And then you go down the hall to the left there, and you pop you got the bathroom. Okay.
Before you get the bathroom, isn't that the laundry?
Laundry, yes, laundry, and then laundry and bathroom. Thank you. Like this, and then of course the next one is where all the magic is not happening because you're too busy outside having fun. Like this. So that's the bedroom.
Okay, so this bedroom, one bedroom unit is 726 square feet. And then our Rae team special, if you want to go to the next screen. So we've slashed that 161,880, and now we have it today. And for the rest of the week, it's 134,900. So 134,900 USD for a one bedroom, 726 square feet home, located on the beach.
Now keep in mind, guys, this that you pay here and you can get a full property in Dominican is some people's deposits for a house within the North America. So just think about that for a sec. It's a deposit. You're getting a full one bedroom, one bath condo beachfront for 134,900. And keep in mind, as Noel said earlier, there's only 15 units. So we will let you know how, not only 15 units, let me correct myself because Noel will correct me, 15 units available for sale right now, okay? So if you are interested, you definitely just listen till the end. We will tell you how to contact and how to put your name on the wait list.
Yes.
And keep in mind, these units are with all appliances.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
yes.
appliances, all amenities, one
Yeah.
bedroom unit, 726 square feet on the beach, beachfront location in Dominican Republic. You can
Yes.
get other properties in Dominican, sorry, Noel. You can get other properties in Dominican. However, are you getting a beachfront location in Dominican Republic? Okay.
Or a 5-star. Like there's a difference in quality of build, that I can tell you. Like this, and we're going for the top of the top. And also too, you're not coming out with that whole set of money up front. There is an installment plan, which we're gonna get into momentarily as we go, after we go through the rest of the units. We'll be going into we'll be going into all the different methods of how you can take advantage of the offer.
Now let's go to the two bedroom.
And for the number heads, that's $2,000 a square meter, which is about $185 a square foot. So whoever is looking at pricing elsewhere, you know that you're paying probably $350, $400 a square foot for property.
Exactly. Now let's get into the 2-bedroom units. So we have a 2-bedroom unit at 1,213 square feet.
Right.
If you take a look at this unit, you enter right to the left of the sink there. If you're looking at the very top right, that's the sink. If you look just to the left of the sink, that would be your front door coming in, and then you would see your refrigerator. And then you'd come on through the kitchen. You have a little bar area where you can have your little breakfast. And then you also have a dining room area. And then just to the bottom of the dining room, you have your living room. And then just outside of the living room is your extended balcony so that you can see the beach, you can see the ocean. And if you go back up to the top left, that is one of the bedrooms. And then you'll see your closet with, looks like hangers there. And then you come just outside of the bedroom, you have your full bathroom with shower. And then you come right next to that is the other bathroom for the ensuite bathroom for this particular bedroom, just outside of the balcony, to the left of the balcony. So you can actually enter the balcony from the ensuite bedroom. So that's your layout for the 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 112.7 square meters, 1,200 square feet. $270,000.
But 480. However, the Rae Team special, we're gonna slash that again for 1 week only. A 2-bedroom, 1,213 square feet is going for the Rae Team special, $225,400. So that 270, 480, disregard that for 1 week only. And we're getting a special for $225,400.
Y'all need to understand something. The 1-bedrooms on the bottom floor after pre-construction are going to be 210.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this,
We're dealing directly with the builders right here. So
just to give you perspective, it's even if somebody was just doing this for the purpose of land banking, Henry talked about making money on the buy. There is no question about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess yes.
And I'm just going to go through some of these questions. Some will probably be answered as we go, but just so I don't miss anyone, someone asked, how long do you think we can think until we can start receiving cash flow?
The cash flow will start as soon as the project is complete. We've slated for 24 months, so 2 years for the build. Now, truth be told is we believe it's going to happen much faster than that, but we're giving ourselves 2 years. And why do we say we believe we can do it faster? Because of the area that we're in, we don't have any neighbors immediately on either side of us, so there's no restrictions. So we can build into the night and we can build 7 days a week. You know what I mean? So whereas in a lot of other projects that Luis has been working on, they are in neighborhoods, so you can't have any more drilling after 5 o'clock. during the week, and you can't work past 2 o'clock on a Saturday, and you can't work at all on a Sunday. You know what I mean? So they don't have those restrictions. We don't have those restrictions in our area. So we're going to be going very, very heavy on the building side in order to get it done. But the most important thing is done with quality, and it's done well. But we want to get it done in a timely manner so people can be getting cash flow in addition to. But we're about to get to the cash flow, folks, in just a moment. And when we get to the cash flow, I hope you're ready. Like this, it's a beautiful thing. And there's one thing also too. We don't have all those restrictions that are coming in within the United States and Canada with Airbnb. Does not exist here.
Yes, that's perfect. And also, Noel, just a comment for you actually. As someone said, I'm loving the information, Mr. Noel. You seem to be very knowledgeable regarding the DR market. Love from China. So we even have someone joining from China.
Hey, Nehoma.
And another question for you is, does the units come with designated parking spots?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great.
And one thing that we should have mentioned: 1-bedrooms get 1 parking space. The 2 bedrooms from the 3rd floor up get 2 parking spaces, and the 3 bedrooms get 2 parking spaces.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And then, sorry, I want to make sure we answer these people's questions.
Yeah, for sure.
They said the prices seem very attractive, and someone wants to know, what's the completion of the construction going to be expected?
We are looking at between Christmas of 2025 and spring of 2026.
Okay, perfect. And last question. Oh, never mind. It was retracted. I didn't even know you could retract.
Okay, so we're moving on to the next unit, which is the largest unit, a 3-bedroom unit, 2,038 square feet. Henry, you want to take over?
Yes, if you look at the top left corner, that is a bedroom coming in off from the front door to the left of the little split between the bathroom and the far left corner. They're using it as, looks like we have it set up as just a little, another little sitting area, but that is actually a bedroom coming into the front door and to the left. Then you have your bathroom, of course, and then once you come into the front door, to the right, you have a bathroom also, which is your ensuite bathroom for the bedroom to the far top right. So you'll see that bedroom there with the closet. Looks a pretty good size closet, walk-in closet. And then just outside of that bedroom to the top right there, you have your common area where you have your dining room, and even an island bar, so you can sit around the bar and do your little eating. And then also a dining room, that seats 6. Outside of the dining room to the left, you would have your other ensuite bedroom with a bathroom, ensuite bathroom, and another walk-in closet. And just outside of that bedroom, you can go on to the wraparound deck. These units are all facing the ocean. They're ocean front. So you can see the ocean from all sides of the balcony. So a very, very large balcony.
Very nice. Now, again, 2,038 square feet is the size of a home here in Canada, going for millions of dollars. And right now you have it listed for $605,952. So $605,952. However, the Rae Team special is a 3-bedroom, 2,038 square feet for $416,592. Again, this special is only for 1 week, 5 days. or 7 days, sorry, 7 days. So 416,592. Now keep in mind, the Rae Team Special has 15 units available. So it's first come, first serve. You can go to www.theraeteam, that's Rae spelled R-A-E, team.com to register and put in your offer. But guess what? We have even better information for you. With this offer, how much are we putting down to secure this offer?
We're about to get to all that. We're about to get to those. But okay, I guess you want Christmas
Go
Eve.
ahead. You tell me
You
when
want
you're
us,
ready.
you want people who want your Christmas presents the night before. You want them Christmas Eve. You don't want to wait till you don't want to wait till the morning. I understand. See,
I'm excited.
my name is Noel, Joye Noel. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
I mean, I'm super excited with that. I'm super excited with that.
So so I'll just say it's fine. You know what I mean? And then so it's $5,000 with the promise of sale agreement.
Say that again.
$5,000 US with the promise of sale agreement to secure your unit, and then 15% within the first 30 days, inclusive of the $5,000. And and well, we'll get through the whole breakdown in a minute, but just to secure your unit, $5,000 to secure the unit. So we'll get into the rest of it in a few minutes.
And just so you know, to secure that unit with the 5,000 down, that is a hard deposit. Because if you tie this unit up for 30 days and we can't sell it to anyone else, that is a hard deposit.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. The yes, you want to make it.
Now
That's good. Make sure.
Now,
You know what it's a CFO.
We had to pull his legs to get this deal for you. To $5,000. Where can you get a security deposit of $5,000?
Not down here, not in North America, that's for sure.
Yes. So we wanted to lower the barrier to entry, and when we go through the installment plan, you'll understand the whole thing. So we're about to explain all of that in a minute. So please stay with us. We've only got about another 10 minutes or so, and we're going to be to get through the rest of the material, so that but it's something where just stay tuned. We're going to be breaking it all down. The cash flow is, you're really going to want to find out about that, and make certain though that everybody connects with the Rae Team. Through their site, through DM, through come through. So that we can walk you through, because after tonight, they're going to be getting everybody's information. We're going to set up some times to meet with you guys on a one-on-one with you, your family, your friends, people who may want to do something with you, and so that we can arrange those meetings, okay, with you, so that we can answer any more questions. And some people may not want to ask certain questions in public because it's private, and you just want to deal with your own situation, and every situation is unique. So those meetings will be set up after this call tonight, okay? We've cleared our schedules for the week to be ready for you guys. All right, so so let's play the virtual tour. So we sort of showed you the before and after. We're just gonna run, if you can run the virtual tour, that would be great.
Okay.
Just press play on that video.
No problem.
Okay. that was the virtual tour. Go ahead, Noel.
Okay, so actually the video that I'm seeing on there, that's actually a finished product of what Qualcomm did in Plantation. That's actually not it's all good though, no problem. But that video, the good news is that you're seeing the quality of the work that our builder has done already. That's the finished house where people actually have their keys in Plantation. So at least you got a sense of the type of work that they do. So there you go, no problem. I think we'll have that one later. No, but it's fine because at least people can see that it's real. Like there are people
Yes.
saying that
Yes, yes.
he gets the job done. So that's key.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go right down to let's go next to the next slide, which is the price comparison.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me know when we're up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there is a building project. I mentioned it earlier. It's called Christamar. And by the way, all of this is verifiable. You can literally Google it, and you can find all the stuff, and you can look at for what was sold, and it's all online. So this is all public domain. Okay, so that you can see this clearly. The unit that we have starting at $134,000, it's they're not even close in comparison in terms of the quality of what you're getting. They do not have the amenities that we have at their building. There's no elevators there. It's a decent place. I'm not trying to knock their place. I'm just saying they're just two different products. You know what I mean? It's like the Ritz versus the Holiday Inn Express. They're two different experiences. So they don't have a gym. There's no pharmacy. There's no restaurant there. There's no bar. There's no infinity pool. I guess none of that kind. Like they just don't have what we have. And their one bedrooms, the prices that we're putting there are what they've sold for, not what they're selling for, what they've sold for. So 134,000 for ours, our one bedroom, 160 for theirs, 225 for 225 for our two bedroom, 240 for theirs. Like this. Now you have to remember, ours is pre-construction and theirs is that's their finished price.
Right.
Okay, like this now, and 416 us, 650 them. So, and now if you go to the next slide, you'll actually see what Christamar looks like. So this is to give you an example. Like they're right around the corner from us. That's why we chose there, because they're beachfront and they're literally just down the street from where we are. Let me know when that's up, please.
Yes.
It's up.
Okay. So you're seeing the one bedroom, one bath, first floor that sold for 160,000. I guess, and you're seeing you're seeing the price that you're getting yours for. That alone should tell you everything that you need to know. You know what I mean? Like that alone, you know what I mean? Should tell you what you need to know. So so let us scroll down to the next slide, the W2Q versus Ultravioletta. Let me know when we're there, please. Okay, so Ultravioletta for a two bedroom, 2.5 bath, they're sold for $595,000. Let me know in the comments how much was ours. How much was ours? How much was ours?
So ours.
For the Rae special, how much was ours?
Yes. So our Rae special was what, 400? Wait, for which one?
The two bedroom.
The two bedroom.
Yeah. How much?
25,400. And actually, Noel, someone has. Can we trust your prices as we need witness? We never witnessed such a huge difference. So
Go online to Google. Google Ultravioletta complex and say what have things sold for. It's all online.
Yeah, so just go
and go to
complex and then Google it.
And go to Christamar and pull it up. It's listed, it's public domain, it's online. That's where we got it.
If you need specific links, we have those links available. If you want to get with the Rae team, we have those links that will show either the sold price or the list price.
Yeah. And now keep in mind, everyone, We will go through all the details with you. When you sign up, we will have one-on-one calls with you. Noel and Henry and us, the Rae team, will have a one-on-one call with you to go through all those details and go through your personal experience.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And just so you know, on this ultraviolet complex, the $595,000 unit is on the first floor. You can get our fourth floor unit for less than half of what their first floor unit is. Now, keep in mind, there is a slight difference in the square footage, but is it worth more than 2 times the price just for an additional 500 square feet?
Some people may ask, and I think the question that other person was alluding to earlier was, why would you be selling so much cheaper? Like, why would you do that? I guess so there's a couple of reasons. One, when we first bought in this area, like as I said, this area is going through regentrification and a tree building, and we're 3 minutes outside of downtown. They're about, I would say, 2 minutes outside of downtown by driving, and we're about an additional minute worth of driving outside of downtown. So we allowed and we're being conservative with our stuff as well, but we've allowed for that difference from being more out of town than they are. So that's number one. Number two, this is the first project that we're doing here. Like, this is the first one that we're doing here. We want to know, when we have other projects that we're doing, that you are extremely happy with what you got. We don't have to market as heavy the second time. You know what I mean? Like they say, so that not because you made money with us. And you know, one of the things that I learned from Sherrard McQueen of M5V Developments back in Toronto, he always said, listen, always leave meat on the bone for the next person. And like this, and for your clients, make sure that your people make money. And Grant Cardone told us the same thing. He said, you always have to think about who's going to buy this next. And so knowing that we were going to have assignments available, if we come too close to the market, it's very competitive when it comes to you trying to sell or offload the unit. Does that make sense? Again, so we're putting you in a position where you've got room that to work with in order to flip, if you choose to flip. Now, some people are going to want to hold on to these for long term. Great, but whatever it happens to be, I focus on real estate from an investor perspective first. You know what I mean? Like this, I guess, and we want to make certain that if you're buying this, you're investing with us. You know what I mean? I guess, and we want to make certain that you get a strong return on your money, like this. And that's how you build long-term relationships. Like that's why Berkshire Hathaway, you know what I mean? It's generations that have invested back into that company, because it's their kids and their kids. You know, they think long-term. They're not thinking just get a quick buck, which we could do, and we can get more, particularly because we're not selling all the units in the building. So, because the less you're selling, the more valuable it is, right? So that's so just so that question has been in your mind, that's why we're doing it. Okay, so let's go down to the Airbnb. Let's get the cash flow. I know it's Henry's favorite slide. So I'll let Henry take the reins on this one.
Well, we're all looking to make some money on this. So when you get into the cash flow part of it, you really want to be competitive because you want to draw the customer to you. We're starting with a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. You're getting this property for $134,900 at $169 per night, which is about $100 cheaper than ultraviolet. And your cash flowing or your occupancy rate is at about 52.5%. We're very, very, very conservative here. So we believe that the occupancy rate is going to be much higher than 52.5%. And with that 52.5%, there are 7 months that we're calling off-peak months that we're thinking it's going to be roughly about 40% occupancy, which is very conservative. And then there are 5 peak months, which we're thinking it's going to be roughly 70% occupancy rate. That gives you a 52.5% occupancy rate. At $169 per night, at a 52.5% occupancy rate, your gross rental income is going to be $32,300. With that, you have expenses like your Airbnb, excuse me, your HOA fees. Your HOA fee for a 1-bedroom, 1 bath is $195. Only $195. So you have that, you have your internet, you have your power, water is included in these numbers. So, and then you'll have something like miscellaneous. You may have to change a doorknob or replace a rug or something. With those expenses, you're going to have roughly $6,000 in expenses. Okay. So with that number, you're still going to have your Airbnb fee, cleanup, refresh fee, company fee, totaling at about 30% of your gross rental. You take your gross rental, 32,000, and you take out your expenses, you're left with $26,264. And then you take out your additional 30% in fees, Airbnb fees, you're left with $16,565. That's a 12% cash on cash return with a unit that only cost you $134,000.
And that's moderate.
That is very conservative. In the US, you're probably going to have a cap rate or a cash on cash return of around 4%. So this is 3 times what you would be getting in the States. Okay. That's major.
Yeah.
To have a property that only costs you $134,000, call it $135,000, and you're making 12% on your money per year. That does not include appreciation of the property. By the time you get your property, we believe that your property will have increased about 30%, just based on the growth in the area. And we're still being conservative. Okay.
Well, that's actually beyond conservative.
That's
it's 40 to 50% all day. But and that's still for what's happening in our area, and it's unique to our area. You know what I mean? What's taking place. But yes. All right.
Very conservative. If you take 134.
By the way, once Henry's finished going through these numbers, we're going to show you how to protect the money that you're making. So because it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. So Henry, please continue. Yes, number 2-bedroom.
Yes, but let me give them this number of appreciation first, so that they can get a general idea. You're 2 years from getting your property. In those 2 years, your $135,000 unit appreciating at 15% per year times 2. That's a 30% increase. You're looking at an additional $40,000 in value alone, just appreciation, not counting what you're going to make on your Airbnb profits. So your $135,000 unit by the time you get it, and we believe it's very conservative, will be worth more than $175,000 by the time you receive it to start your cash flow. Okay, so just keep that part in mind. That's major. That's major. Okay. So same thing with the 2-bedroom, 2-bath that's costing you $225. This is a very comparable rate also. $229 a night compared to ultraviolet. I think ultraviolet was somewhere around almost $400 a night. So with that same spend on the occupancy rate at $229 a night for the 2-bedroom, your gross rental income is $43,800. Take out your same expenses like for the 1-bedroom with the water, the lights, the miscellaneous, the cable, internet and all that. You got $8,400 coming out of that. So with that in mind, you're going to have an NOI of $35,342 minus your 30% in additional fees for your Airbnb. So you're going to have roughly $22,000 that you make on your 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Very conservative, call it 10% return on your money. Unheard of.
That's
same with the 3-bedroom. At $329 a night, I think ultraviolet is charging upwards of $500 per night right now. So 2 years from now, what will you be charging? It's going to be
Right.
more than $329 a night. Okay?
And for somebody who may be on this call sitting there with $1 million loose, 10% on your money, that's $100,000 a year.
Wow.
Yes.
You understand? Like, I mean, like that's what we're talking about on the soft side.
That's very soft side. Okay, so with that in mind, on the $329 per night on a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, you're looking at net to the owner $34,000 at a 52% occupancy rate. Just moving that up to 70% occupancy rate can make you another $10,000 to $15,000. So cap rate on the 3-bedroom, 3-bath at $416,000 is roughly 8%, which is very conservative. We want to, under promise, so that when you get your true numbers, it's gonna just blow your mind.
Yeah.
So that's 8% on a $400,000 unit, with a very, very conservative number, which is almost half of what Ultraviolet is charging now. So you're thinking 2 years from now, that number is definitely going to be more than 8% on your money.
Yes, 100%. Are there any questions on this before we go to the next slide? Because we're about to show you the virtual tour as well as the payment structure and how we can get you guys into your first unit.
So someone asked, are there Airbnbs operating in the area already? How welcoming is DR for international tourists? I am curious, planning to visit.
10 million tourists last year.
Okay.
Over half a million expats living here. I hope that gives you an idea.
And just for those that missed it,
it's the #1 tourist destination in the Caribbean.
Period. And just for those that missed it, just explain to them again, what's expats?
Expats are people who have expatriated from their country, like some people who have left Canada, the United States, England, Europe, and to move here, and so this country is very, which we're going to get into in a minute as well, because we're ahead of ourselves on our slides, it's like we're psychic, but Dominican Republic is a very investor friendly and tourist friendly country. Our money is much better off here than it is in the countries that we have come from. I will say that. Like this, if you're in Canada, you already know, and you know that new tax, that carbon tax that we're about to get hit with May 1st. We got some ugliness coming to Canada. So it's something really, a lot of people are going to get hammered. This is the place where there's two things. This is the place where, one, you can make up the difference of what all the homeowners who are on this call right now, who've lost between 30 to 40% of the value of your property over the last 2 years, like this over the last year and a half, since the interest rates went up and all that kind of stuff. Here's how you can get your money back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And actually put yourself back in the black quickly. You know what I mean? Like this, this is how you get it back. So, and some people are so afraid of cutting their losses, and it's like, I was nervous too when I first heard about the Dominican Republic, and I had my reservations at first, concerned about banks, concerned about this, concerned about that. It's a foreign place, it's not a place that we're accustomed to. So I understand when somebody says, I don't know, I get it. I guess, now that I'm here, like, as you can see, I'm very bullish, I'm all in.
And Noah, how long have you been living there for?
I've been here straight for like the last year. I just came home for a couple of weeks for Thanksgiving. Our Canadian Thanksgiving in October, and so I've been here for, it was a year straight, because I left from Jamaica from that year, it's February of that year. So it's been over a year.
Okay.
I've been here straight. So, hola, ¿cómo estás, mi hermanos, mi hermanas? That's hello, how you doing, my brothers and my sisters? All right. So, so let's quickly jump to that slide on the virtual tour, and then let's get into the payment structure, showing these people how the breakdown, how that whole thing works, and then the recap and answer some, or we could just answer some of the questions in advance.
Go ahead to the slide.
Okay.
You want to go to the slide?
So which slide? Just to make sure.
Virtual tour.
Virtual tour.
Yeah, right before the payment structure. Let me know when it started.
Okay, and I just want to confirm, this is part of the slide. Are you looking for a video here?
It's a video, yeah.
Mm,
If there's no video, then we can continue on. It's all good. We can always pass on the virtual tour in the package.
Okay.
okay, yeah, let's move on. And
Payment structure.
we'll come back
Payment
to the virtual tour.
Yeah. So the payment structure.
Okay, so let me know when it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. So Henry, you want to go through this breakdown?
Yeah, I'll take this one. In this example, we're going to use one of our third floor units, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. That's priced at, oh boy, $155,000. The breakdown is 35% the first year. Once you decide you want to go in, you like what you've seen, you will get with the Rae team, and what we'll do is we'll give you the architectural designs. We'll show you the architectural designs so that you can pick the floor that you want and the unit that you want.
Mhm.
The first floor and the second floor, the layout is the same. The third floor and the fourth floor, the layout is the same. Okay, so on the front of the building, you have your the 4 3-bedroom, 3 baths. Just between those, the behind the 3-bedroom, 3 bath, you have the 2-bedroom, 2 bath. And then at the back of the building, you have all the 1-bedroom, 1 bath units. So in this instance here, we're $155,000 for the cost of the unit. You have to put down $5,000 and select your unit, and you put down $5,000 with the promise of sale agreement. Cost you $5,000 to secure your unit. Okay. So then within 30 days, you have to put down 15%. That 15% is $23,270, which includes your $5,000. So within 30 days of putting down your $5,000, you'll owe an additional $18,210. Okay. Now, after you put down your 15%, we're going to amortize the 20% for the year in 11 installments. Okay. And that 20% is $31,027. So in 11 payments, that 20% is paid out at $2,820 per month. And at the end of that year, you go into year 2. At the end of year 1, you will have paid $54,297. Okay. So now you go into year 2. Year 2 is an additional 25% that's broken down into 11 payments. $38,783 is broken down into 11 payments of $3,525 per month. At the end of those 11 payments, it is now time to pay the remaining cost of the unit. So at the end of year 2, you will owe an additional 65. That should be 60%. That should be 60%. Okay, because 35 and 25 is 60. 60% is $62,054. Okay, at that point you will be getting your keys because the unit will be done.
Now, one of the things after we've gone through this, after we go through this next sections here, we're going to be getting into financing and how you can, and get all that type of stuff and what percentage needs to be financed, all that. So we'll be getting into that just a moment. But does anybody have any questions about that installment plan?
Let's see. Someone asked, I guess we just need to confirm, what is the association fee per unit?
Yeah, so it's 195 for one bedroom, 295 for a two bedroom, 395 for a three bedroom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
We're using this flexible payment to kind of soften the blow for those who don't want to put down large chunks over a period of time. But we do have another payment structure where you can put down 20%, and within 6 months of putting down the 20%, you will be asked for another 20%, and then by the end of year one, you ask for another 20%. So in 1 year, you will have 60% paid down for your unit, and then you could finance the rest within the Dominican.
Right. So yeah, so if you go 60% your first year, you can finance the balance of the 40. I can't hear you, Sandra. I think you're muted.
So financing is available for our.
Yeah, we were going to get into it a little bit further on, but yes, Scotiabank is down here. They've also got other banks here, Bank of Reserves, which is the central bank of the country, you know, and yes, they take Canadian credit and US credit. They can, and there's also private lenders here as well on the island where people can get financing as well. So they've got a number of options. Once you have title, getting financing, you know, there's a number of options that you have.
What about property tax, Noel? Is there property tax there?
Yeah, that's the next slide. I'm glad you asked. Next slide.
That's a major concern for a lot of people, taxes, right?
Yes, and Henry, if you want to break this down.
Yes, property taxes are going to be roughly 1% of whatever the cost of your unit is. Just normal circumstances. If you have a $162,000 unit, you would be paying $1,620 for the year in taxes. 1%. So a $135,000 unit would be $1,350. So they're very cheap taxes, very cheap.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
it's 1% of whatever the purchase price is.
Yes, 1% of the purchase price of the property. And
Yes.
you know, in the case of being 65 or older, you're exempt from property taxes.
Yes.
Pardon? Repeat that one more time.
For people that are 65 or older, you are exempt from property taxes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, and one other thing too, since and by the way, this is not to be treated as tax advice. You should consult your accountant and advisor. But one thing I would just say, and if everybody is really paying attention, you'll understand what I'm saying. If you set up a corporation down here, and all of these, whether it's cash flow or the returns that come from the sale of the unit, like you can get the unit right now under your own name and then transfer it to a corporation, because it takes about 90 days to get set up. The government of the Dominican Republic does not report to any other governments for companies that are domiciled here.
Did a question mark go up in the air?
Yeah,
Anybody?
I think you need to repeat that, Noel.
Repeat it one
That
more
was a
time.
big point.
I said that the Dominican government does not report. Like it's on, so if you have a company that you have here, a corporation that you set up here, and we have lawyers that we can attack with, the lawyer that helped us get all of our stuff set up. I'm happy to pass around. and then I will get to your crypto question. Just hang on, we're almost there. So to recap, the 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, standard price is 161,000. It's 134 with the Rae Team special. Again, these are the starting prices for, and then goes up based on floor. 2 bedroom, 270,000, or 225,000, the Rae Team special. And yeah, y'all, I just want to see, you should always be putting a bunch of hearts and thank yous in the. And then the 3 bedroom is $605,000, getting it for 416. Rae special. It's again, you're getting it 20% below the market, the current market price, 20 to 30% market value increase per year on potential. Airbnb opportunity of 10% cash on cash, and potential of 100% return on your investment over the 4 to 5 years. So that's encapsulates things. So let's jump to that next slide. Let me know when we're up.
Yep.
Okay, so how long can you stay in the Dominican Republic? Now, when I was in Jamaica, prior to having my Guyanese passport and being a part of CARICOM, I could only stay for 3 months. You know what I mean? Then you have to apply for an extension. In the Dominican Republic, it works a little bit differently. You can stay longer, but you just have to just pay the fine. It's a couple $100 at the airport. And there's some people who have been here for years. There's no, at the moment, that's how it is. You know what I mean? Like this, you know, and how it's been. So they're very relaxed with their rules, and they're very welcoming. We'll just say that. And they're very, very welcoming. Let's go to the next slide. What documents are required? Okay, to purchase the property, you can actually jump to the next slide as I get into that. You need to have a valid passport. Valid passport. Now, if you're setting up banking down here, obviously you're gonna have to show proof that you have of your banking back home. So I had to go and get a statement signature from my bank manager showing that it's legit. This is my account. This is my balances. They want to make certain that this is not money laundering and stuff like that. So I had to show proof. So I had to show proof of my bank accounts back home, and I had to have my Canadian passport. That was it, I guess. And sign, put down your deposits for your account. Boom, done. So getting a corporation, that took time. That took about 90 days. But there's a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of paperwork going back and forth. So that took 90 days. But the bank account, once that was set up, was quick. That stuff was there right away, and you can start building a profile here, which is great. And they're actually, in the next few months, there's some new laws that are coming in as well that are going to make it even easier for foreigners who are buying here and investing and living here, for everything from car insurance to all that other stuff like that. And they're trying to make it a lot easier because there's just such an influx of people, and I don't think that they were expecting the surge that they got through COVID. People who come here, like it's just absolutely exploded. And so they're making adjustments to make it easier for us. As long as you have a valid passport, are you on that page where it shows the passport? As long as you have your valid passport, you're good to go. So the next slide is it difficult to set up a corporation? No, it's not. You have a good lawyer, and again, I can't recommend the lawyer that we've used, Nadeli Martinez. I can't recommend her enough. Also too, when it comes to your paperwork, because she speaks both Spanish and English, which is great. Like this, and there are other lawyers here too that you can go and source out. You know what I mean? It's not an issue, but we're happy to provide you with the lawyers once we have our connect meeting with you guys. Happy to do that. So let's go to the next slide on financing. So as far as financing goes, because this is pre-construction, you can only get financing when title is issued. So so you would have put up 60%. So 40%, again, you can get financed through a bank or through a private lender here once you have title in place. Now, for those people who are Americans on the call, there is also there is some. If you go to the next slide for financing options, we have a contact that that is a private lender. You have to have it's unsecured money, but you can get, as long as you've got 700 plus credit score, and good income, they will allow, you can get up to $500,000. So again, in our offline conversation, we will get into all of those details, but that financing is available. It's unsecured money, so your credit has to be good and you have to have a good history. But but that is fine. That's also additional financing that's available. If you want to go to the next slide, which will answer that other question that was being asked, let's go to payment options. Cryptocurrency. Yes, we are accepting crypto. So if you have Bitcoin, well, we want everything converted to USDT or Tether or USDC, because we need to have a stable coin. And that's something that's going to be fluctuating. So you can, so how it works, I don't want to get into all the details. I'll just say we have there's a crypto store down here. There's a place, the guy that we work with, he's got shops across the island, and once you send it through, we'll work through how the whole transaction thing works. But the bottom line is you can use crypto to buy. You can use, but and of course cash. And honestly, people who have money sitting in their homes, sitting in 401ks, sitting in RRSPs and all that type of stuff, again, not financial advice, but to me, it's something where if I had to take a 20% hit or a 30% hit in order to get my money, but I know that I'm making the difference back up elsewhere, it's a no-brainer for me, and I could be in an environment that's explosive, with a government that's friendly, and particularly if you set up a company down here like this, you're winning. You're winning. So that's something that you may want to consider. But refinancing, and some people I know, they're so afraid of selling properties. But I would tell you, I let go of all of my properties when I saw the writing on the wall.
Yes.
That was not a part of my plan. You need to understand this. This was not my game plan. I saw what was coming, and I was like, I don't want to get hit, and so I cashed out. And so for some people are saying, well, I'm going to wait till the market turns back around. Well, how much, but opportunity cost, how much time will it take for you to get it back? You know what I mean? How much time will that take? If you're in 3 to 5 years, you could be like in a phenomenal situation. You know what I mean? What may take you 10 to 15 years back home.
Exactly.
So you have to do your own math. But also, too, for those people who are concerned about borrowing money because the interest rates are higher, remember that the interest on that debt is tax deductible. So whatever you're borrowing to invest to come down here through that refi, people are concerned, well, I'm paying a higher interest rate. You have to look at what's your return. How do banks make their money? By lending, they borrow at a lower rate and they lend out at a higher rate, and they make money off the spread. So we have to start to think and act like banks. As long as you're ahead on the spread, you're good. You know what I mean? Like, this is the bottom line. So, so that's something to consider. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Team purchasing and crowdfunding, or crowd purchasing. Now, one of the things that I think is extremely important to say is that sometimes somebody may be sitting around and you've got like 50 grand or 70 grand, and you're like, I'd love to do this, but I don't have all the money. You don't have to do it all on your own.
Yep.
I didn't do this project by myself. I partnered with Henry, and then we brought in other investors and other partners, and who've invested with us. You can do the same thing for these units. If you have family members, if you've got friends, when we set up that group call, you're gonna have the recording of tonight. Okay?
Yes.
So that you can actually let them play this, so that they can actually see this, right? Like this, and then you come to meet with us, and we can answer all the questions. And for the people who say, well, I don't know anybody else who's got money, because I mean, if you have 3 friends who've got 50 grand, there you go, you got a 1-bedroom. And you say, I want a 2-bedroom, but if you can't afford a 2-bedroom, get a 1 to start. If your money is better, it's better off there than being in the bank. You know what I mean? Like this, like this, and so I'm from an interest return standpoint. So but if you can get better rate of return on that 50 grand or that 40 grand or whatever that number is, doesn't that make sense?
Of course.
So what you can do is also with the Rae team, if there's people who may not have those connections, but they've got some money, we may be able to introduce people who've expressed an interest. Again, we're not responsible for the partnerships and all that because you guys have got to get lawyered up and do the paperwork and all that stuff. But I'm just saying that it's an option that you have. But if you got family, you got friends, you have associates, you have people that you've worked with over the years, and everybody's kind of freaking out. How do I do this? Somebody's close to retirement. I want to secure my retirement. How do I do that? That you can create your own pension fund, because this is how pension funds work. Everybody, they take a certain amount of your paycheck every month and they put it together and then they put it in an investment.
Yeah.
And then and that investment compounds over time and they pay you out a percentage over time. That's what a pension is. You know what I mean? Like this, so you can create your own pension right here and you know, in a phenomenal place and in paradise. But the beauty is that you get to come and visit, that you can come and stay anytime that you want. We are partnering with you on these units. So in the sense of the marketing, all of the marketing and the promoting and helping it in, and this is a turnkey for you. You don't have to worry about Airbnb-ing it yourself. You don't have to worry about finding the teams. You don't have to worry about going to find the maintenance. That's part of what that 30% is about. You know what I mean? Like this, right? So it's all handled for you. So you put up the money and we do the work on this side, and you collect and you collect, and that's it. And we have an expert team that's empowered to work on your behalf here to ensure that things are successful. And whenever you want to come and use your unit, whether it's one day out of the year or the entire year, it's your unit. So you come anytime you want, like this. And when you're not here, you can get that bad boy cash flow in for you and make some real good money for yourself. So I'm saying that don't think that you have to be an island. A lot of investment groups started with 2 or 3 people with a smaller amount, doubled up. Then they went and they did something bigger, and then they started doing things that are individual. Like that's how it starts. So, but the number one thing, if I can leave everybody with tonight, is get started. Do something. The Rae team is phenomenal. I have known Sandra over almost 30 years. Jeez. You know, time flies. You know, and I remember Tashana when she was a wee one. So, so it's like, you know, and our kids all hang out together. Like that's what we're talking about. People who have grown up together, you know, and so you couldn't have found a better set of people to work with who are genuine, who care about you winning like this, and who have had a track record of helping a ton of people back home in Toronto and in the United States and in the Caribbean. And they are actually living the lifestyle that most people only dream of. You know, properties over here, property. I'm not getting all y'all business, but I'm just saying, you know, like they're living the dream, real talk. So it's you know, so you couldn't have found a better team to work with than the Rae team. So please connect with them, and we'll take any more questions. But I just wanted to say that personally, this is family to me. This isn't just business; it's family. You know what I mean? Like, and we're, you know, and we're, you know, and we want to have that extended family, which is you, so we can grow with you. And so hopefully 10 years from now, yeah, I met Noel on this virtual call, I met this on this virtual call, and oh my God, yeah, now we're good, and now we're getting our kids to get their first properties and their first investments, and they're investing all over the world with this group. You know what I mean? Like that's what this is the beginning of. You know what I mean? It's the beginning.
Yeah. And to piggyback on what Noel said about if you can afford a 1-bedroom, get the 1-bedroom. If you can't afford the 2-bedroom, then you partner with someone. But keep in mind, you don't have to have all the money. If you come up with the 60%, you're golden.
Yeah.
Because you can finance the rest.
Yes.
So if you want to partner with somebody and then you come up with the 60% over the course of the next couple of years, then you can finance the rest.
And in a worst case scenario, you can flip it.
Yes.
You can flip the unit and sell it on assignment at or above our pricing, and you're good to go.
Yes.
Okay. So one thing we just want to ask, thank you so much to everyone that's been joining us on this call. We know it was long, but I think it was very informative. And I think we've all learned so much from this call and from what Dominican Republic can offer us. We just want to ask one last time, we have been answering questions throughout the call.
Mhm.
But if there's any last minute questions, we are more than happy to answer before we end. And I just want to talk about next steps. Okay.
Mhm.
Next steps. If you are interested, keep in mind, there's only 15 units being sold right now. That's not a lot of units, right? 15 units. If you want to get in on the offer, you have to contact the Rae Team. How do you contact the Rae Team? Well, there's lots of ways, actually. The number one way to book your time first, we will be going in order, is going to the raeteam.com. Rae spelled R.
You can book a call or fill out this form, okay? We will put the form in the chat.
Actually already sent in the chat.
In the description.
Rae Team, just to make sure, send it one more time in the chat, please, just so that everyone's aware.
Mhm.
You fill out that form and we will be the first to contact you. It is a first come, first served basis, and you will be having a call with Noel, Henry, and I, and Sandra, the Rae Team, one-on-one to go through all the details. Any details you have, we didn't even answer on this call, we will answer it. Whether it's financing, personal solutions for you, what we can do to help you, deposit structures, anything that you can think of, we will answer your questions, okay?
Yes,
Even if
and
you're
we-
not sure if this is for you, you're interested, but you don't think you can afford it, as you can see, Noel and Henry told you solutions. Contact us, let's have a call, let's have a discussion, okay? And there you go. We posted it right here.
How else can they connect with you guys? And just they can, if you're on Instagram watching or if on Facebook watching, DM them right away. Don't hold back.
The Rae Team.
Yeah.
You can find us on the Rae Team.
You can email us, contact@theraeteam.com. The best thing is our website, theraeteam.com, because all our contact is there. Our phone number, 18552 Rae.
Rae.
Again, 18552 Rae. So that's 2723-723. Yes, that's our number, and yes, you could contact us Monday to Friday.
And this is only a 7-day deal, by the way, guys. Just as a reminder. So we're booking the appointments for tomorrow onward. So if you want to get appointments tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we got you. I'll be on most of those calls. Henry may or may not.
Go back up.
This may be a 7-day deal, but if the 15 units go in 2 days, it's over.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's correct.
And there's over 200 and something people were on this. We're watching, so we got quite a few people watching. So excellent job, and that's great. So are there any more questions that come up?
Special thank you to you, Noel. Noel, we appreciate. I know we go back, but at the same time, it was a pleasure having you on this call, as well as you, Henry William Jr. You are a great mathematician. I appreciate you breaking down the numbers for our audience. It really hit home for a lot of people, especially the Airbnb numbers and their ROIs, their rate of return, and their investments. So I appreciate that. I want to say a special thank you to the Rae Team.
Yes.
Our Rae Team that's working on the back end. A special thank you to you again, as always. You do a phenomenal job, and we thank you. You make us shine.
Yes.
When we really appreciate that. So,
and lastly, we want to thank our audience.
Yeah.
Look at that. Our brains are synced.
So we want to thank our audience and thank you for supporting and coming on this live chat. We hope the information was very, very informative.
Yep.
We try to keep it as real as possible, and we're always out there looking and seeking new deals and opportunities for our audience. So we're not looking at the regular norm. We're not looking at where everybody else is flocking to. We're looking at areas that are up and coming, so that you're going to make a great buck for your money. So if you're looking at Punta Cana where it's already saturated, that is not what we're doing. We're looking at we look out of the box. We don't look in the box.
And that's why we found Cabarete, which we've been discussing throughout this call.
So thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
We hope we answered all your questions. Again, just to repeat, you can contact us on www.theraeteam. The Rae Team is spelled RAE.com. And you can get us on social media. You can contact us. I'm the Sandra Rae on social media. Tashana is,
And I'm the Tashana Rae. Tashana
then-
is spelled TASHAUNA.
and we also have the Rae Team. So thank you,
Yes.
everybody, and we appreciate you.
Thank you. And lastly, I just want to say, if you are interested in international investments, please follow us, subscribe, click that notification button so you're the first to know about new exciting deals that come our way.
And if you want to share this link, you can share the link on. We are going to be reposting this video
Yes.
on YouTube. So you choose, again, the Rae Team. Just go onto the Rae Team and subscribe, and you will see this video tomorrow.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.